Let me tell you a tale, an example of exactly why our founding fathers wanted an armed citizenry and why today's politicians don't. Let's talk about that. Here's your armed citizen meme of the week. Screen cap it, crop it, and send it to everyone you know.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Before we get started, this channel is just me. I write, record, edit, and everything else all by myself. Zero AI. I'm also asking while watching my content that you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, even though I regularly post new content every Wednesday morning. Last thing, if you like my content, please go to this link, which is in my notes, and drop some change in my pocket. Let's get on with the content. I'm making this video for two reasons. First, a friend of mine has been lamenting about the city council of his city, which has not been listening to the voices of the people. I suggested he run for office, start recalls, and do everything legal to depose them from this power. I also suggested a real "what would Jesus do" movement would be to summarily fire them and drag them out of the council chambers by their heels. He responded that anyone who challenges the city council's authority gets repeated harassment by the local police or even losing their job because the employers are friendly with the members of the council. The second reason for this video is just a few days ago, August 1st, and the 2nd was the 80th anniversary of the Battle of Athens, Tennessee. The very foundation of the American way of life rests upon four boxes: the soap box, the ballot box, the jury box, and the cartridge box. And they are meant to be used in that order. The proverbial soapbox, which is where politicians running for office would stand upon it so everyone could see him as he gave his speeches. Hopefully, his words inspired you enough to vote for him to get him into office, which we do at the ballot box, where the citizens used their vote, their voice, to decide who their elected leaders would be. Then there is the jury box, where misbehaving politicians are held accountable. If all of those fail, we, as armed citizens, have the cartridge box. Make no mistake, opening the cartridge box is only slightly less devastating than opening Pandora's box. Revolution, no matter the justification or the righteousness, always extracts a heavy price upon those who open it. I will illustrate my point by reading the first part of the Declaration of Independence. Many of us know, or at least recognize, the first part. Not a lot of us know the next bits. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's where most people's knowledge of the Declaration of Independence ends. I continue. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Hey, there's those words again, the right of the people with a big R. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, please hit that like button. Also, the subscribe button so you get all my videos, and turn on notifications so you know when they post. And share my content with your friends as well. Let's get back to me. Now, one more part from the Declaration of Independence. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shewn that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evidences a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. The city of Athens, Tennessee, had been running similar to my friend's city for a long time before the Battle of Athens. The local boss, Paul Cantrell, had been running the town with an iron fist for a while. Nothing happened without his approval and him getting his cut. I'll let you research what Mr. Cantrell was doing on your own. If you do look it up, I'm sure you will see many similarities between 1946 and 2016. The freshly returned World War II veterans decided enough was enough. They ran a slate of candidates under the banner of the GI Nonpartisan League. And the story is too long to relate here. However, it ultimately climaxed on the local election day of August 1st, 1946, with deputies holed up in the jail with the ballot boxes. Gunfire was exchanged, some dynamite was used, and about 3:30 a.m. on the morning of the 2nd, the deputies in the jail surrendered. A true counting of the votes was overwhelming for the veterans' slate of candidates. To be honest, in the long run, this did not end well. All that really happened was one oppressive political machine was replaced for another, and things in short order returned to the way they were. In the end, the nonpartisan GI political league collapsed and faded into obscurity. Before it did, they replied to inquiries by veterans elsewhere in the United States who might have considered a local overthrow might be a good thing. The League responded with the advice that political violence was not the appropriate method of resolving political differences. Let me be clear. People do not choose rebellion. It is forced upon them. Revolution is always an act of self-defense. Our founding fathers said as much in the Declaration of Independence that I read earlier. And of all of the revolutions, usurpations, and governmental overthrows that have happened in the history of man, the ones that turned out well are terrifyingly few. Most merely replaced one oppressive regime with another. Most of them ultimately collapsed for one reason or another. In almost all of these revolutions, the first act of the new regime was to wipe out the men and women who helped them commit the violence that caused the overthrow, lest those same revolutionaries turn their hand against the new regime. Our own Revolutionary War is the shining exception. We literally had the right men in the right place and at the right time who did the right thing for the right reasons. I have no doubt those men were under the grace of God because they got it right. And what they built has lasted longer than any other government in the history of man. And if you wonder why this has been the case, from the dawn of history, we have had governments. It had always been that the government had told the people what to do. Our founding fathers went the other way and said the people, the individual, the citizen has all the power. And they loaned some of it to the government, always reserving the big R right to take it back when they get out of control. Stay safe, stay bullet free, tell your family you love them every chance you get. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. If you made it this far, thank you. Please help me grow this channel by following it and sharing my content with your friends. Y'all have yourselves a most excellent day.